All right, I'm still stuck in the 1260s and I'm trying to make it to 1300. And why do I keep getting stuck? I am trying some new things. The thing I tried last game was just making sure that I'm not just blindly following an opening. I'm actually trying to protect my pieces as I go, and you know, as I make moves, I want to make sure that I am making sense of the moves that I make. Okay, so in other words, um, if I bring a piece out like this and he's not defended, I need to make sure that he is going to be defended at least soon. Okay, so what can I do right now? I always want to look for checks. So this is a check. Um, I also want to maybe make some movement. So I'm just gonna do this to open up the D file, and um, what I'm gonna do is castle, and okay. Now one idea. So if he takes, I obviously could take back here. Um, Another idea is I could come up here, and when he takes, I take. I'm threatening here. Um, the downside to that would be that I would be really exposing. Um, I'd really be exposing my king, and I don't quite want to do that. So maybe what I'll do is actually, all right. So he already closed this option down. So it's no longer an option. I'm gonna see if I can kick his. All right. So that's not gonna work. So I want to break this pin. So maybe I could come here. I'm still defending, but that at least breaks the pin. Now, does that weaken anything? I mean, actually, it strengthens because I'm bringing a defender here. Though a king is a bad defender. All right. So this tells me he's thinking about castling, long castling. And so, is there something I could do to go ahead and prepare for that? Maybe I could start to do some like pawn pushes. I think a pawn storm is cool, is a good idea. So in order to prepare that, though, I would need to do this first. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of prepare for that. And what are some other ideas? I mean, he might try to bring his knight here. And so actually what I do like about this is, now before I do that, yeah, I'm going to do that. All right, so his knight now brings an attacker here. This knight, however, is, I don't like that, you know, it's really like exposing this. His rook is looking right at my my knight. So I think what I might do is come here, and it's also attacking this pawn. So what I think he might do is this. So I always want to look at, like, man, what changed? I'm always looking at, all right, so my queen was protecting my light squared bishop. Now it's not. So my light squared bishop is actually hanging. My knight, my queen is literally protecting my knight, my other knight, and my light squared bishop. So it's just too much. It's too much for one, piece to do. So I'm going to bring my knight back, and now he's got this open file, Okay, that's an interesting move. I'm not sure exactly what it does. I think I'm just going to continue to develop pieces and, make them a little bit better than they were before. So why don't I actually do this so I could connect my rooks? And okay, so that's interesting. One idea is, all right, so what he's trying to do here is obviously make some like play on my king side. So maybe what I want to do is drop my king back. I mean my knight back, maybe. If I drop my knight back and then he pushes, I could then take it. I'm gonna do that because then that prepares. So one thing I'm trying to do differently in this game than I've been doing is try to anticipate what the opponent is doing. All right. All right. So he's not hanging his knight currently. But his king is defending. Let's see. I'm going to do this. And even though I think he's probably going to trade knights with me right now, if he doesn't trade knights with me, this is actually a free knight. So, all right, he does take. That's an interesting move. He's really like weakening his own king side. So this is a free pawn. What does he do? Oh no, he's not. It's not a free pawn. Can I do something about this? So if I take, he takes back. I didn't even see that his bishop was here. I have a glare on my screen. Now, one idea is, I mean, I could trade. I feel like trading kings is not a bad idea, only because his position is not great right now. So I can win this knight, and I did see this. So now I'm up a piece. I'm up 4 points. I think his queen trade idea was a bad idea. All right. And now it looks like he's just going to do a bunch of stuff out of like he's upset. He just blundered now a rook. So, all right. The game is over. He's going to resign. If he doesn't resign, I will be kind of blown away. But that's okay. I'm going to continue to just play as if I'm not up like a ton of material. And let's just see if I can. All right, I'm happy to trade. And I'll actually trade. Okay. Like I said, I'm happy to trade. I'm up a lot of material, so a trade for me is a good thing. All right. This looks like I'm just blundering a pawn, but I don't think I am. All right, I'm going to drop this back. If he takes the pawn, I'll just... All right. Let's see here. I think I'm going to create a pass pawn. And I can actually bring... All right, so my rook is being protected twice here. I'm going to bring this guy up. And then I'm going to bring my other rook around. All right, so he has to go that way. I mean, I'm very close to just mating him already. So, what is the best way to convert here? Maybe it's giving him a check first, and then getting a queen, and then taking his rook. Okay. And now what I don't want to do is I don't want to give a stalemate because he can't move anywhere. So that would be bad. All right, what's the least amount of opportunities? If I move here, he could still technically move here. Right? So probably what I'm going to do, instead of chasing him around the board, he has to move here. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make another queen. And so I'm just going to get up all of his pawns, get another queen, and wait. He's like locking himself in. I mean, he almost can't go anywhere at this point. All right. Let's do this. Let's come over here and let's get this pawn. Obviously I'm like way down on time. He's got 7 minutes. It would just be like him to troll me right now and just let his 7 minutes like expire and not do anything. That would be hilarious. He abandons. So, all right. Game over. Yeah, he realized, man, there was just nothing you could do at that point. So I am now at 1269, and all right, I'm gonna review and just kind of take a look and see how I did. And I mean, I did have a different mindset going into this game that I typically have. So I had 82% accuracy. I did have a miss and a mistake. So I'm going to review this, but hey, be sure to subscribe and follow along. Maybe you're climbing with me and trying to just kind of learn as you go. So I played a little Italian game and took the center right away. It was a mistake. That was actually an inaccuracy to take there. It wanted me to instead just develop my knight. And that's fine. I didn't do that. It wanted me to kick out his bishop, and it wanted me to chase down his bishop actually, and I just was not ready to destroy my pawn structure over there. It did not like this move. I went from being up 1.3 in the bar to only 0.73. Okay, and so it didn't like that I was pushing here either. It wanted me to reinforce my king with my rook. And so anyways, a lot of this stuff looked good. I don't know what he was doing with his king, trying to walk his... I guess he was just bringing in another protector for his knight. That was an inaccuracy. It did not like that I did that. It wanted me instead to move up here and basically sacrifice my... It wanted me to do this. I do this. He takes. I give him a check. And he goes here. All right, and then I've just got him in all kinds of check opportunities, but yeah, interesting. All right, so that's not what I did. But you know, I'm still up in the analysis bar here, even though it's 0-0. No, he was up a pawn here. No, sorry, we were tied. That was a trade. That was a bad move because now I win a pawn, and I give him a check, and then I also win. Here's what I saw. What I saw was the calculation is, first I was thinking, all right, he takes the pawn. I take his queen. I didn't even see the fact, I wasn't paying attention that he was here. But what I did see is once he did this, and I did realize that his opponent had his bishop there, I realized that, hey, I knew that I had this square, and I knew that I had a check just by looking for checks, and I knew that his knight was undefended. So the moment that I took and he took, I give him a check, I win a pawn, and I win a knight. So again, not tooting my own horn here, but I saw it, and I feel like that's growth. Just by slowing down and trying to make reasonable moves instead of... now I'm just trading. I wasn't trying to... Here's what I saw here. I knew that if he took... all right, so he obviously moved his rook. But if he took, I knew that I could just, you know, go right here and take this pawn right back. So I knew that I wasn't, like, losing anything. But, yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm up almost 7 points in the analysis bar. And then it's just a matter of trading and... promoting. I knew that I could, you know, eventually promote a king, or a queen, which I did. And, you know, at this point, the fastest way to checkmate is always just to, not always, but is usually just to, you know, get a pass pawn, which I knew I could eventually do once I got these other pawns out of the way. So, all right, instructive game. Now I'm at 1269, so I'll continue to climb, continue to learn. Thanks for following, and be sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time.